Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the Nexus Gaming Series Division A matchup. We're in our fourth best of three of the day, staying in Division A with some fantastic new players. As we've got our Locks It In crew with Tanksta on ETC, Locks on Anduin, Klen to play Li Ming, Nemesis to play Imperius, and Hard on the Greymane. To the east side of the map in the red, we are looking at our red team. T3 Cat on the Cassia, Ace on the Hogger, Lemot on Chromi, Stoic to play Rhaegar, and Mesos on the Diablo. Now, as I said, we have a very, very complex bet for all of you at home. There are three options. Which team will get the first boss of the game? Now, if you know the results, you are welcome to gamble. Just please do not try and tease the results or the answer or anything to people in Twitch chat. Enjoy the game, have a good time, maybe win some free channel points with your knowledge. But for all of you that don't know, be sure to throw in some points on one of the three options. Celestial Charge over the wall from Nemesis. The ETC power slides in. They're looking at the T3 Cat. And First Blood goes over to the side of Locks It In. Is this live? Yes, I am live. I am live. I have a shoe on my head. You're playing a Yanti Death Cleric in an upcoming campaign. That sounds interesting, Ton. You don't play evil characters? Yeah, I don't really play evil characters. I don't want to do harm to people. I don't like doing harm to people in real life. I don't want to do it in fantasy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, evildoers being just evil for evil purposes. Hey Raiders, do you like movies? We're watching Caddyshack tomorrow in Discord. Yes, use exclamation Discord in chat to get yourself over there. Tomorrow we're doing Archipelago, Multi-World Randomizer. Later in the day we'll have Caddyshack in Discord. If you'd like to join in, be sure to join the Discord. That'll be at 3 o'clock PDT. And then Saturday and Sunday we are doing the Ravencourt round robin casting. We have 3 best of 3s on Saturday and Sunday. 3 best of 3s on both those days. Be sure to come by for all the fun streams. And if you're wondering about the Ravencourt games, they start at 9:30 a.m. PDT. So I'll be starting my stream at the normal 9 a.m. time. So just be here. We'll hang out. We'll drink some tea. We'll talk about the games. And T3 Cat is saved. Heart may go down. The leap of faith is good. No Kaimo cleanse from Locks on that one. The only sort of evil character campaign I'd like to play is, I never watched it completely, but there was a Critical Role where they all played the creatures in Doom, and they were all trying to kill Doom Guy. I like that perspective. I like that perspective of, like, evil. Like, the big bad is actually the good guy, and you're the evil trying to stop the good guy. I like that kind of angle. That's cool, because it's kind of contained in a little one-off. One of my favorite D&D things is all of the random NPCs. We had one named Fungus Jesus. Damn it, stop. He's getting into his nails again. Okay. Oh, Lamort in mid is going to be caught out. Another kill will go over to the side of Locks It In. Objective phase may be channeled here. So top right will go over to the side of Hogger. And the members of Citrus Colored Squash on the left-hand side. I do believe Imperius should get this channel for Locks It In. Cassia, does she delay once? Oh, she does. Channel shots are traded. But usually this left-hand side goes to the left-hand side team. So I do believe Locks It In will get these 4 shots. And Citrus Colored Squash will be down by 4, but it's early game. I've seen games where these were the only 8 shots a team got in, and then after that, it's just every phase going to the enemy side. Power slide, time stop. At Horror Anomaly, by the way, for Chromie, so no conditions, no armor reduction or speed reduction or buff on those factors. Just more time traps available for Chromie. But it makes sense. More time traps and faster arming time, as well as the cooldown is reduced. They all play Goblins and Orc for some sort of promo movie or something, Lord of the Rings. Yeah, yeah. I know Critical Role, as I said, they did a promo one-off for Doom Eternal, and they played the creatures from Doom. They had like stack blocks and stuff like that, and they were all trying to kill Doom Guy. They were trying to stop Doom Guy from doing Doom Guy things, which, you know, equates to anything from getting a shotgun to blasting a hole in the center of Mars. You can't just shoot a hole into Mars. T3 Cat is getting bullied a bit in this game. A lot of dive from Loxodon onto this Cassia. Unfortunately for Loxodon, they won't find a kill. Bottom lane Sapper camp cleared on the opposing side. One Sapper does remain for Loxodon, or excuse me, for citrus-colored Squash. Diablo pushing around Tankster right now. A couple tower shots. The Arcane Orb from Li Ming almost getting a kill. Getting in Cocktail. And Greymane's auto will succeed in getting another kill for the side of Loxodon. Double objective phase coming up next in the mid and bottom position of our map. We'll see who's going to be able to get the vast majority of these shots, or will they be traded? As a note, Greymane with Wizened Duelist at level 7. That's actually the only questing talent we got. 77 souls for Diablo as we cycle through the other numbers, get an idea of what the damage, healing, experience looks like in map number 1 of our 4th best of 3 of the day. As always, thanks again everyone for being with me. Thanks for hanging out. If you're enjoying the stream, be sure to drop a follow. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe. As growing the YouTube channel does help us out, we can monetize the channel at 1,000 subscribers, get us up a little more bandit cash. If you would like to know the average MMR for these teams and divisions, exclamation NGS MMR, there's a link to a graphic. It is safe for work. That link to the graphic will show you the average MMR for the teams based on Heroes of Storm ranks. Shout out to NGS for making a clear, easy graphic to understand. I kind of wish, and I always point this out, I wish Heroes Lounge did that as well. Heroes Lounge, their graphic is MMR numbers, and we don't really do that in Heroes of Storm. It's not like you're talking to a friend. It's like, oh yeah, I'm 2K MMR in Heroes of Storm. Like in StarCraft, yeah, I mean Dota, sure. League of Legends, I don't know. But yeah. Thank you, Chesslitter. Yes, I'm 1,607 MMR. Thank you. Angelic Armament. Ace almost getting hit by that, but Nemesis just doesn't want to step too close to the Hogger. A spin into Nemesis there might have actually been enough to get a kill. A spin, a couple autos, a stagger, yeah. Hogger probably could have bursted down the Imperius, which is a weird thing to say, but Hogger's got burst ability. Bottom lane just have a Valkyrie onto ETC, Temporal Loop as well into Tanksta. And ETC is absolutely fine. Apocalypse activated by Diablo. The Light Bomb is gonna get a stun. It catches the hoof of Diablo. And the Mosh Pit will keep Rhaegar in place as well. A quick triple kill and a next objective phase coming through. We didn't talk about the last one. Oh no, ETC, no way! Time Stop buys the window and Greymane says, haha, you're still dead. A quadra kill in total. Nemesis gonna hold off here. They actually want to convert the bottom lane bell tower in their favor. Transformed into a blue bell tower. A level lead, 7 kills. Locks it in, looking like the team. Looking like a team to really rally up against. And how are they gonna do that on the side of citrus-colored Squash? That is the question we have to answer. 13 talent here obviously is going to be a nice gap closer. Maybe getting into the backline onto the Anduin and Li Ming could be a way, but of course diving in that deep is a little difficult to do. I mean, you do have Rhaegar, Diablo, and Cassia to dive in. Chromie to provide some artillery from behind, but there is this bottom lane fort that is in favor of Loxodon. So stepping in for Diablo is a little scary. Also, Cursed Bullet from Greymane, that's a 30%, 35%. Hey, remember the conversation yesterday, chat? Maybe it was 2 days ago, about how Cursed Bullet says it does not work on vehicles in the tooltip? There you go. A little bit of poke onto Heart here and there. Still Cursed Bullet up and available. Greymane keeping that inner beast active. You see the glow on the weapon, that blue glow. Li Ming applying some little bit of artillery of her own on the ground. Imperius and Hogger to keep trading between top and bottom. Okay, Glass Cannon Li Ming. No one's ever had a problem with any talents from Li Ming. Arcane Orb at level 7. Z's Vengeance. Z's Vengeance. Oh, the fort's down below 50%. No Calamity! Boss, by the way, no one got that yet.
Has destroyed a fort.
No boss to be grabbed just yet. 16 talent tier, a level away. 36 to 19 in core HP. And I think we're going to see an invade onto this. Yeah, the aggression from Loxodon. The aggression we've seen throughout this game so far. Oh my god, Hogger, where did your health bar go? Hogger somehow gets an immaculate bounce out. Moshpit from ETC is going to be humongous, but where's the follow-up damage? It's actually ETC to fall, Imperius to go down. A Leap of Faith will be good. No Chimo Cleanse on that one. And an invade will be handedly punished. Handedly, heavily punished, I think. That fight would have gone better if Li Ming had Calamity. Oh wow, this bottom lane actually pushes back on, and this fort's down to 50% again. So we'll see 4 shots into the Raven Lord, 4 shots into the Gravekeeper, but of course the Raven Lord, the side of Loxodon, with 32 to the enemy's 15 HP, double the HP. But of course, this is Towers of Doom. We have had some games that quite literally flip at this moment. 16 talent tier seems to be the area where teams start to roll it back if they are behind. Otherwise, if one team kind of has that trajectory, the lead, as Loxodon does, this might just be the continued direction of the game. But of course, we hold out for positive changes. I don't know. Words are hard today. First bullet, a dive, a disintegrate. The light bomb from Anduin does lock down Mesos. This Diablo will fall. His soul's to be consumed as he will respawn in 2 seconds. Valkyrie gets the pull onto Loxa. Shockwave onto ETC. Tanksta looking for a power slide around, but this is going to be an absolute massacre. Diablo falls and 3 members go down. I talked about momentum shifts, and this is exactly what I was thinking we might see. And it's all because Li Ming went Arcane Orb build. Nah, just kidding. Not trying to flame clan at all. Just having a good time as bottom lane Bell Tower will be transferred over to the side of citrus-colored Squash. We have a triple altar phase coming up in 17 seconds. Anduin, ETC is the longest death timer, and it's going to be 3 to 4 seconds. 3 to 4 seconds before the objective phase does pop, but ETC still needs to make the rotation from the Hall of Storms. No stage dive to close that distance. Chromie taps the well in bottom. I think this is a smart call. Give 3, take 10. Wait, no. Give 10, take 3. There you go. Set it backwards. A little bit of brain backwards today. So we'll see 22 to 12 in core HP. What was double the difference is now... What was over a 15-point difference is now going to be a 10-point. Diablo's the one to go down. ETC pulled to the side, and he will be traded. Diablo for ETC. Heart so very low. Able to roll away. Gets a Divine Star from the Anduin, and this Sapper Camp goes into the bottom lane. Could be fed in for 3 more shots into the enemy core. Still no one getting boss yet. Still no boss to be taken. Can Sappers be fed over the wall? ETC, and as I mentioned, Diablo dead. Disintegrate from Li Ming, trying to clear things out. 1 Sapper over, 2 and 3. 19 to 12, a 7-point difference between these two teams. And it happens so quickly, seemingly in a blink of an eye. Imperius pushes up top a little bit. It's War Matron? Martial Law, sorry. Woo! No invade under the camp in time. Nemesis gets time stopped in the Celestial Charge. Takes a bit of sand to the face.
Realtors are rising heroes.
Oh no, Ton, not like that. Oh, that was such a rough moment in the games on Saturday and Sunday. I think that was actually Sunday. It's one of the players in the Ravencourt games ravaged with Kerrigan, or used the Primal Grasp and pulled the Sapper in for shots onto their core. Big light bomb from Anduin, but it's Cassian and appears to be traded. ETC drops a mosh pit. Li Ming's taking too many tower shots, and she'll go down in the bush. Anduin to fall. A Diablo! He gets the apocalypse, and it creates a window for him to live.
Quadra kill.
Take the altars and put an end to the Gravekeeper.
Hot dog! Sappers won't be forced over. They want to... I mean, the death timers are relatively long. Hogger doesn't clear out a fort super fast, and I think... Okay. Did 3 Sappers make it over? Because it was 19. Yeah, it was 19. And just like that, 12 to 12. I joined just in time to see the most bullshit Diablo self-heal. Well, if the Diablo's on your team... It's God. If the Diablo's on the enemy team, it's bullshit. I would agree, yes. What's up, Frolin? How you doing, bud?
Destroy the fort.
Oh, Frolino. Sorry, I misread your name there. Boss? Still not taken. Still no boss taken. 20 apiece in our levels, or at least, excuse me, talent tiers. 20 to 21 favoring the members of Citrus Colored Squash. And as I said, chat, I mean, the early game was looking so good for Locks It In, but this late game, 16 post-era, dominant, holding strong. In the last, I don't know, 3-4 minutes of Towers of Doom, Locks It In went from 30, I think was that 32 core HP down to 12. Has lost 20 HP in the last 3-4 minutes of the game. Whereas the members of Citrus Colored Squash only have lost 3 shots. It was 15 at one point. Oh, no worries, Fro. No worries at all, bud. I can absolutely understand. More Sappers make it over the wall. 10 to 12 in core HP. A singular altar. Now, if they take down mid, this will be shit. This will be 6 shots into the enemy core plus boss's GG, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the priority. How am I? I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. We've had, you know, mentals have been a bit of a struggle lately. This week's been a okay-ish. Recently been reading more, so, yeah. I ordered a couple books last night, or this morning, actually. Finding the small positives, you know? Trying to make small positives into bigger W's. Appreciate you coming by the stream. 4 shots into the enemy core, and it will be the members of Citrus Colored Squash to get the first boss of the game. Pay that bet out before I forget. Now mid lane to be taken down. 1 HP remains on the core of Locks It In. Will be shit socks. Please don't poop in my socks. I would prefer it if you do not poop in my socks. Love the mindset. You know, one day at a time. Take it slow. One day at a time. 11 apiece in kills, 21 to 22 in levels. Favoring Citrus Colored Squash as Kuromi pokes onto the bottom lane fort. Hogger chilling in the bush in the mid. Diablo the Fire Stomp, sorry, trying to get vision really quickly. Hogger still not showing in that mid lane. Top lane Bell Tower on very low HP. Where's our Hogger? We know Hogger's going back to top lane, okay. 145 on the camp and top. 10 seconds on the left-hand side. ETC is going to drop a mesh. The power slide, the tour bus! We're going on an adventure, chat. Li Ming gets a reset, gets the double kill. It's a single altar in the bottom of the map, and Hogger's immediately trying to burn through this bell tower in the top to deny extra shots onto their core. I do believe Hogger will get this converted in time. Yes, he will. Yo, if they just backdoor, if they just backdoor the bottom lane keep, they'll get the one shot they need. But yeah, this will only be 2 shots into the core of Citrus Colored Squash. Maybe more, definitely more. Yeah, there'll be okay. So it will be 3 shots as the bottom right's transferred over to the side of Locks It In.
You have done well, heroes. Let the Gravekeeper know my power.
Temporal Flux, by the way, at level 20. We didn't talk about the Li Ming level 20 here. Disintegrate gradually slows enemies caught in the beam to a maximum of 60%. It's not a super common level 20, but it's not bad by any means. We often just see Tao Rush's elements. Mid's about to go back over to the enemy. Top is fairly healthy. Hogger's still chilling around the top area. Siege camp up in 26 seconds. Boss is up in 2 minutes and 30. That's way too long. Next altar faces top, left, and right. The members of Loxodon cannot just trade this, though they have a lot of sappers in bottom that could be fed in. ETC face melt, not enough. Celestial charge, there's a Valkyrie. Fishing has been achieved, but ETC gets a power slide out. The Apocalypse activated by Diablo. And no sappers, I believe, make it over. Yeah, 12 minus 3. Yeah, no sappers make it over. Next objective's coming up. Hogger doing work in top lane. If these sappers are snuck in... Oh, Hogger's going to delay things out a little bit. Okay. Boss up in 2 minutes. That'll be at 22 minutes on the dot in the game time. In the game time. That's a weird phrasing.
Has destroyed a
Well, ETC and the rest, I think they showed through this mid lane rotation. So Hogger knew, grabs the camp, and it's all in. It's all in for one objective here on the side of... Excuse me, citrus-colored squash. Sorry, I was looking at the map for a second. It all comes down to this objective for... Oh, no! Torbus! Oh, the shockwave does not get the intro. Oh, no. Tank's just taking tower shots. The light bomb doesn't come through. Rhaegar or Diablo go down. Diablo's back as he hits Souls. Cassia gets the kill into Imperius. It's a 2-for-1, technically, in favor of the side of Citrus Color Squash, because here's the Hellgate in from Diablo. Focusing on to Heart. Cassie on the left-hand side, getting very low, tries to go in for a fend. She'll fall. But Hogger with the OP sneak. Hogger is able to get the last shots in, and can you believe it? Citrus-colored squash rally and take map number 1. Man, that was a good Towers of Doom game. Pretty sneaky, sis. That's a Connect 4 reference. I think we've learned a very important lesson here. You go or build, you lose. Yeah, no. No Kappa added to that? No, I'm just kidding, yeah. No, the Kappa, yeah. Hey, what's up, Helix? Good to see you, bud. Thanks for swinging through the stream. Q build Ming, best Ming. Well, but she didn't win. She didn't win. All right. Okay. So that was map number 1. No, I know it's not Q. I was making the joke because she took Q at 1. Where's the button?
That's the joke.
Well, citrus-colored squash go up. They're ahead in this series for the time being. Let's go to Cursed Hollow for our next map. Players did not swap sides. Ads do not need to be run, so we can get into our next game, everybody. We can immediately get into our next game. Let's see what's going to happen here. I am going to get everything set up. Let me go ahead and see what we got for some questing talents, maybe. Third wind. Oh, of course we're going to do it. Of course we're going to do it. Of course we're going to do it. Falstad is going to be going into Dishonorable Discharge at level 1. We're going to make a prediction on Dishonorable Discharge. Let's get into it. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the Nexus Gaming Series. We're here in our 4th best of 3 of the day, 2nd map of this series, and we'll see, can the members of Loxodon with a Tanksta, Leoric, Lox Ariel, Klen, Joanna, Nemesis on the Falstad, and Heart to play Nazebo, take down Citrus-Colored Squash and take us into a map number 3? We're going to find out here, but of course the defending side, Citrus-Colored Squash, they want a quick 2-0 in our Division A matchup here in NGS. We've got T3 Cat on the Genji, Stoic to play the Anduin, Ace on Dahaka, Mesos on the Muradin, and Lamortz on the Chromie. Falstead's going to be going into Dishonorable Discharge. He's going to be building up those W stacks. So my question to you is, will Falstead finish Dishonorable Discharge? The 75 stacks are needed. 75 stacks are needed. Will Falstead finish Dishonorable Discharge by the end of the day? By the end of the day. By the end of the game, get your channel points in what you believe in. A Genji jumps in, trying to take down the Falstad. A very good burrow under the ground from Dahaka. I think breaks any sort of chain lightning potential. A Leap of Faith saves Ace and Stoic. No Kaimo cleanse on that one, but Genji still will fall. Falstad to fly immediately down to bottom lane to catch any soak down here, and we'll lose out on just a touch of experience as that one experience globe reduces. Actually, no, those aren't even his. Never mind. Misses out on 0 experience in bottom lane. Zebo gonna go into Pandemic at level 1. Living like it's 2019. Murden Third Wind at level 1. Dahaka with Tissue Regeneration, so he's gonna become a thicker lad. Thicker health bar. Ace just trying to pressure onto Tanksta here, and Ace doing a pretty good job. Drag? Oh, no drag. I was on cooldown. It's on the cooldown. All right, your gamble, by the way, is still up and available if you'd like to get some predictions in. Falstead currently at 0. ISO, thank you for the resubscription. Thank you for the tier 1 for 19 months. We'll resend your alert when we get out of game. I appreciate the continued support for the channel and keeping our sub goals pushing up and all that good stuff. Hope you're well, and thanks for being here. We'll have level 4s in just a second on both sides. Chromie, as I mentioned, or Chromie as we mostly know, is going to have her... she's 2 levels ahead, so she gets her talents a little bit faster as well. She's already got the chronic conditions, or sorry, the hormonal anomaly at level 4 or 2, however you want to call that one. Muradin with his Sledgehammer level 4, but also keep in mind you have the cooldown reduction of Stormbolt from 1 to 1.25. I'd like to see Skullcracker at 7. Big piercing Chastise. Also, Eye of the Tiger. No, that's Dragonclaw. Eye of the Tiger is a song. Dragonclaw for the Genji at level 4. Falstad full W build. 0 stacks so far. A little unfortunate on that one. Nemesis really low here. Does have flight, I assume? Yeah, has flight. Gonna hearth out completely. Can't do much in this bottom lane, and Siege Giants will rocket through the fort front gate for the time being. Ace in the top lane continues to soak. I'm assuming they've got brush stock, but we can answer these questions and know for sure. Yes. Dahaka's got brush stock. Could look for a flank into the enemy team through one of these bushes. I think it's usually closer. The boss side bush is probably a better call. Nazebo with a Blood Ritual, by the way, going to pick up extra stacking on kills. If they can get extra kills. Mesos, low, Leap of Faith. Here comes the brush stock in from Dahaka in the lower bush. Gets a drag onto Locks immediately. Chromie going to try and take down the Ariel. Can they get it? Swift Strike gets the reset. And yes, Genji, T3 Cat on point. The Spiders chase down Mesos, but can't get the kill. Waiting for that trait to kick in, as well as the level 1 value from the Third Wind. Higher threshold and faster healing as well. You increase to a 65 or 60% threshold, I believe from 30 or from 40. But you also get a faster heal as well. The Dragon Claw, the reset, T3 Cat. Poor Falstad can't get a W stack to save him. The poor Falstad can't get a W stack. We'll see if it works out for later fights. 5 stacks on Tissue Regeneration already for the Dahaka. Does have the Hero Stalker, so it makes sense that you're building up those stacks so very quickly. Since you're getting that essence from Dark Swarms hitting enemy heroes, the level 4. Drag, by the way, you have the cooldown reduction at level 7, but you also have a drag duration increase by 0.5 seconds. The drag goes from a 1.75 drag time to a 2.25 seconds. That half a second in Heroes of Storm can feel like an eternity. There's no cleanse for Nemesis. Murder with the Stormbolt. Sands are there from the sky. Nemesis supplies 1 W and does go down to the Genji once again. But Genji Unable to get the Swift Strike reset, does go down in the trade. Level 8 apiece on both sides. Our second objective's available on the top right of the map, favoring the positioning of citrus-colored squash. The Orcs split soaking in the top lane, mopping up some experience for the allies, and this objective will be given away for free. Oh, Nazeebo might have a delay. Johanna might have a shield glare. Oh, shield glare's not close enough. Johanna plays it safe, pops the Iron Skin, breaks away. What does Falstead need to do to finish level 1 stacks? He needs to, sorry, I missed your message. Falstead needs to apply the W to an enemy hero, and he needs it to activate, I believe it needs to activate 3 times before the stacking starts. It's not, like, I'm not trying to flame Nemesis by any means. It's just not a good Falstead talent. I would rather see auto Falstead or Q build Falstead. I don't like W build Falstead. I just think it's super undervalued. Even if you get the stackage and you get the cooldown reduction and the reset off of kills, I still think the scaling on Q and autos is still just stronger with the overall build and the actual scaling of the abilities themselves. So 1, and doing Light Bomb. The isolation actually stopped. So there you go. So after 3 lightning strikes, subsequent strikes onto heroes increase the damage by 1%. Up to 75%. After 30 subsequent strikes, further reduce the lightning rod cooldown by 2 seconds. So that's at the so each strike gets cooldown reduction to your W, and then after you finish out the quest, you get the takedowns reset lightning rod cooldown. Sorry about that, wrong button. Does your opinion of Q build Falstead change in ARAM? Then is it still low value? Well, no, Q build Falstead is good. W build Falstead is what we're looking at right here. I don't like W build Falstead, period. Q build Falstead in ARAMs is like God S tier because of the amount of stacking and easy stacks you can get with Falstead. Hell, you don't even have to, you can go into secret weapon in ARAMs so you can even poke even further. Yes, you're giving a boomerang. Yes, you're giving a 15% spell armor reduction. But with secret weapon, you can throw the hammering out further, and you can get more stacking. So like Q build Falstead in ARAMs is like SSSS plus tier. No, you're good, Dice. No worries. No worries. I mean, I could see you definitely getting value in ARAMs with W build, but like, Q build all day. Q build, go burr. Curse in favor of the side of citrus-colored squash. They got 3 of these objectives in a row. It's 2 to 5 in kills, still favoring our red squad. That's a drag from Dahaka onto Tanksta, I think it was. The condemn of Joanne, I think, broke all of that. Muradin in the bush, looking for a Stormbolt maybe. Gets the piercing onto 2. Skullcracker was the 7 pickup. Detainment Strike onto T3 Cat. Some spiders on them as well. Temporal Loop applied to Heart. No level 13 for the Nazeebo. We do have Crystal Aegis level 10. It will be applied, and Heart is safe for now. Chastise into Tanksta. Meanwhile, Falstead's clearing up bottom lane. Mid lane is just shoved in, and these archers are going to shred through the fort right now. Falstead going to try and clear things out quickly. Quick Q here does help out a little bit. Drag from Dahaka. Detainment Strike doesn't get the bot back onto Ace. Isolation just between the enemies, unfortunately, and the Chastise can't land onto Heart. Curse ends, and we see damage onto Keep, mid-fort to go down. Bosses are up and available, and we could see that grabbed here for the side of citrus-colored squash. A little deflect from T3 Cat. Okay, so no boss. Oh, actually, hold on. Bottom lane boss potentially to be grabbed by the side of Loxodon. They've got a Gust from Falstead. Chromie used Time Walker's Pursuit, actually, and saw the enemies around this bottom lane boss, yeah. So I think they're just going to trade, yeah. Chromie used Time Walkers, saw that that's happening, so they say, okay, top lane's opened up. Bottom lane for us is more defended. Let's go ahead and just trade bosses here. Next objective will be bottom center of the map, as we're going to reset our objective phasing. We're getting into our first of what could be 3 tributes for one team. Oh my god, Dahaka got stunned. Make a Reddit thread. Still more W builds for Falstad. And try and build up more of these stacks against the enemy heroes, unfortunately. And even chat's noting this. Just trying to hover around enemies for these stacks can be very, very risky in the sense of being blown up. Tanksta was thinking about maybe Siege Giants, but I think I saw this camp, or saw the Vision camp going back over, or going over to the enemy. There is a mid and a bottom push in favor of Locks It In. Light Bomb onto the Genji, big triple stun, followed up by the X-Strike, no leveling weapon. Crystal Aegis applied to one player here. Drag immediately onto, I believe, yeah, that's going to be Nazebo. Desperate Prayer from Anduin. Clen very low. The isolation doesn't get the kill onto Clen, but Falstad's Gust comes out later here, pushes back the enemy. The boss is still on keep. T3 Cat, gotta be a Kaimo cleanse right there. Genji will fall. The boss keeps wailing on the keep. Muradin will fall. Boss in bottom doesn't get the fort, and now boss in top is still going to core. Dahaka may be looking for a drag on one of the enemies. Healing reduction, I believe, from the Sins Exposed. Joanna level 7. Ace is able to burrow away. Ace burrows right next to the Leoric, but Stoic, I think, is the one to fall. I don't think there's a way that Stoic gets out of this one alive, and I think Ace and Lamort know this. But hey, you lose 3, you get a top lane keep, you've opened up the map quite a bit, you still have 16 talent, you still have a level over the enemy. It's not too bad for the side of Locks It In. Unfortunately for Falstad, only 9 stacks during all of that. Only picking up 3 more stacks. We'll have Avatar up in 7 seconds. Ravenous Spirit soon. Entomb in 9. No counter on this top lane camp. Genji pushes things up a little bit. Actually, he just grabs the experience, rotates by. 70-something stacks from Nazebo's baseline. As we hit the 16 talents here on their side as well. Okay, tanks to Hearth out. Will not get picked off in the Hearth out, or not caught out in the bush or anything like that.
I grow tired.
Falstad is going to be seen by those traps that Chromie placed out. Map being opened up a little bit further. And our next seed, top left, or next tribute point, top left of the map. Seems like Dahaka and the rest want to keep pushing, though. Bottom lane boss, 1 minute 55. Top boss, about 2:04. 1, 2, 3, 4 were shown. Actually, all 5 were shown in the bottom. Leoric tries to get a drag from Dahaka. He has elongated tongue. I was like, man, that range is just a little more than expected. Light bomb from from Anduin. Genji able to get some good damage and back away. Isolation. Leoric's the one to fall in this bottom lane push. Dahaka looking for a drag. Nails it onto the Falstad, who is going to get the Crystal Aegis. Chastise from Anduin. Falstad continues to try and apply some pressure. Muradin's able to break that connection with a Dwarf Toss out. T3 Cat jumps in. Nemesis is the target. T3 Cat goes in. There's a Swift Strike, a Dragon's Claw. Genji just a little too powerful in this map number 2, favoring the side of Citrus-colored Squash. A drag into Ariel. The damage is good. Locks will go down. Muradin, Dwarf launches in with his level 16. Tanking a little too many tower shots, needs some healing from Anduin. Damage over time from Nazebo's a bit annoying to deal with. Leoric Wraith walking in. Does he have an Entomb? He does. As the ominous Wraith and Royal Focus gets the big skeletal swing, backs away. Genji over here gets the vision and will get the tribute point. Siege camp on the right. We have Bruiser camp in the top. Speaking of top, we've got 37 seconds on the boss. The bottom boss is a little bit shorter than that, around 23. Camps to be grab, lanes to be pushed up a little bit. Nemesis jumps in onto Falstad.
Team's core is under attack.
And just shoves up the wave. I want to see the catapult value really quickly. 494 damage into structures. Another camp for mid, on both sides actually. Siege Giants in the bottom lane. Next tribute, bottom right of the map, favoring the positioning of citrus-colored squash, especially with them having their bottom fort still up and available. It's 1 out of 3 tributes for both sides, so next objective will not be a curse. So it's an easy tribute to give over, but it seems like before 20 talent here locks it in, want to lock in a good team fight. Here comes the light bomb into Falstead. Crystal Aegis buys a window, bless shield from Joanna. As Nemesis gets really low, Falstead throwing out a Q here and there. Genji jumps in, another Dragon's Claw, lands inside. I actually did not know you could Detainment Strike into a zombie wall. I mean, it makes sense, but it also doesn't make sense because it's Here's the Storm. $20 talent here for citrus-colored squash off this boss. Gust from Falstad, 27 seconds away. A drag from Dahaka into Falstad might yield a kill into Nemesis. Mesos really low on this Murden, doesn't have Avatar. No stone for him. Nemesis not able to get onto this point, and huge chunk into the Falstad. Genji wants to chase this down. Condemned from Joanna pulls him out of position, or at least pulls him out of the chase. Temporal loop into Locks, as that Crystal Aegis was on a 4-second cooldown. 2 seconds now. Light Bomb into Genji keeps this Joanna in place. Leoric to fall as well. And now bottom lane with a boss, with Siege Giants, with the entire enemy team and 20 talent tier. It seems like Citrus Color Squash are going to go ahead and squash the members of Locks It in map number 2. This 4th best of 3 of the day was very strong for Citrus Colored Squash. A strong team here in Division A of Nexus Gaming Series. GG, well played. They are a zombie wall after all. Okay, then why can Hogger bounce through, or why can Hogger spin through Tacitar's force wall? Why can Diablo Shadow charge into it, but Hogger can spin through it, huh? Riddle me that one, Babamuts. Hogger don't care. Oh, well, okay, that's a fair answer. Well, that's a fair answer. Can't argue with that. No, Falsa did not finish quest. Sorry. I thought that was going to be a lot closer. No flame to the player. Nicely done, Nazebo, though. Nice heroic damage. No flame to Nemesis. Just, we're making fun little gambles. Not trying to put the player on the spot.
If you know this, then why do you serve him? Because he paid me a freaking fortune, you moron. You got paid?
Hello, Bahamut, Bandit and chat.
ISO, thank you again for the tier 1 for 19 months. I appreciate that, bud.